This is the Godox C7R, a creative light bulb fixture that can really extend your possibilities when it comes down to practical lighting. Let me tell you more about it. Godox was kind enough to send me the C7R to demo, but they did not pay me for this review, no sponsorship or money was exchanged. So why would you need a light bulb like this? Well, if you've shot in practical locations such as somebody's house or any other location rather, most likely they don't have filmmaking lights built into the ceilings or into the lamps. And if you have that situation happening, most likely you are going to have lights that flicker, especially when it comes down to different frame rates settings in your camera. And that's where these lights come in. They produce zero flicker, produce over 96% CRI, and they overall are much better and easier to use on set because they also have Bluetooth connectability. Connectability, is that even a word, connectability? And they connect via an app. So you will have much better time on set using these lights rather than the LIFX bulbs or the Philips Hue because they're just not meant for filming. So it's always better to have dedicated lights meant to serve a specific filmmaking purpose. So what's unique about these bulbs is that they are not reliant on any external source of power. However, they can run off of a USB-C power bank, or you can plug them into any traditional light socket and it will charge the built-in battery. At full brightness, you'll get about a little over an hour of runtime on these lights. They are bright enough to compensate for a 10-watt LED bulb. So that's enough for any traditional or practical lighting situation. On top of that, as I showed you earlier in the video, these bulbs also have a set of different accessories. For example, we have this Godox magnetic light socket, which looks like a traditional light socket, but it can be attached to any surface that's magnetic, or you can attach it to a 1/4 20-inch mount. And we have this accessory, which is a round cup bouncer, which limits the spill into the ceiling. All you have to do is suction cup it to the light bulb and you can see that it will limit the spill to the ceiling very easily. The light bulbs themselves have 4 different buttons. We have 2 brightness setting buttons, we have the power button, and we have the Bluetooth button, which also acts as the color temperature button. If we cycle through the power button, it will go to your last used RGB color. So mine was red, for example. And then it will go back to the traditional CCT that you had it set to before. To the right of that is the Bluetooth or function button. If you hold down the button, it will reset the Bluetooth connectivity, and then you can set it to your Godox app. You can batch connect these to the Godox app so you can control different scenes and groups. If you cycle through the function or Bluetooth button, you'll notice that it cycles through the different CCT presets. And then the brightness, you can see actually how bright this is. This is 10 watts of power. And then don't forget we have this green LED indicator that tells us when we're at the brightest setting or at the dimmest setting, which is actually when the bulb just shuts off. We have another LED indicator next to the USB-C port that tells you when the battery inside the bulb is charging and when it's fully charged. The build quality itself is great. It definitely feels heavier than a traditional light bulb. It definitely gets hotter than a traditional light bulb, but you can see there's a lot of different vents around this thing, so it cools this light very easily. Using this light on set, you can see the difference when it comes down to flickering. For example, I'm using Philips Hue and LIFX bulbs. They have a really bad flickering problem. So when you plug in this light bulb, that flickering goes away, and plus we have that app connection so we can control all of these lights via Bluetooth. I stuck to the Godox universe, so I have a ton of different Godox lights, and most of them have that Bluetooth connection, so I can create a bunch of different sets, and I just absolutely love it because then I can control individual bulbs, the whole set or group of bulbs, and I can change the settings throughout different scenes in a specific shoot. Also, what's cool about these bulbs is that they have those built-in RGB effects, and you can customize these RGB effects. For example, you can create flashing colors. For example, if you're simulating an emergency light or something like that, you can program this effect to flash at a certain speed and to flash at a certain color. So I just wanted to make a quick video on the C7R. I think it's a great addition to the Godox lineup and a great addition to my kit. Every filmmaker, every photographer needs to have a set of these C7Rs. Trust me, it's a lot handier than you think, and I just love what it can do. The versatility is absolutely insane. So if you're interested, check out the link down below, and I'll see you in another video. Peace. So pretty.